In the previous section, we learned how to set up a basic grab interactable. We also learned the concept of the attach point and also the dynamic attach. Now we are going to explore two-handed grab interactables. That is, it gives you the ability to grab the same object with both the hands. So let's get started with that. I will turn off the grab interactable that we have created in the scene. And in my prefabs folder, I've already created this beforehand. It is a very simple gun prefab. I will drag this into my scene. And as you can see, there is nothing on this gun prefab at the moment. And it is just a bunch of cubes that we have added. So there's an empty parent game object called the gun. And under this, we have the body, we have two handles, we have the muzzle, and we have the stock. All of these are just simple cubes. We will start by adding the XR grab interactable on the gun. And as you can see, it has already added a rigid body for us. We will turn off use gravity on our rigid body. We will also turn on is kinematic. And this is to make sure that it doesn't react to any physics while we are manipulating the object. I will just position this a little higher. And now in our XR grab interactable attach transforms, we are going to add the handle 2. As you can see, it is the second handle here. We are going to add handle 2 on the attach transform. And to make things a little easier, I will also turn off the ray interactors on the left and right controller game objects in my XR origin. I'm just going to turn off the ray interactor so that we purely grab it with just our controller hands. Let's hit play. So you can see that when I grab the game object, when I grab the gun, it grabs at this point, it grabs at handle 2. But we can further refine this by adding an empty game object under handle 2. We will call this attach. And I can move this to a more comfortable position. So if I move it somewhere here so that it is a little more comfortable when I grab it. So let's put it right there. And we will also now start by setting up our second attach transform, and which allows us to grab the gun with both the hands. So I'll repeat the same thing that I've done here. Let me create an empty game object. We'll call this attach. To make things easier, let's just call this attach 1 and attach 2. And we will reposition our attach to a more comfortable position, somewhere there maybe. And now on our XR grab interactable, to make this into a two-handed grab interactable, we are going to have to change some settings on our XR grab interactable component. And the first setting that we are going to change is on the component, the select mode. If you see, it is single at the moment, which means it can only be grabbed with one hand at a time. So we will set that to multiple. Now the minute we set that to multiple, we will be able to grab this object with both the hands. But since we are working with something specific, the gun in this case, we have two specific attach points, and that is the handle 1 and the handle 2. So we will add the secondary attach transform on our XR grab intractable component. Right under attach transform, on the secondary attach transform, we will add handle 1 or attach 1, and we will replace handle 2 with attach 2 that we had just created a few minutes ago. And now when I hit play, you will see that I'll be able to grab both these handles with my left and right hands. Let's take. Perfect. Now you can see that I'm able to grab the gun with both the hands, but you see, when I grab it the first time, it will always snap to the primary attach transform. So if I grab it with my left hand or my right hand, it will first get grabbed by the primary attach transform that we have selected here. And then on the second grab, we can comfortably grab the next handle. Another really helpful interaction that we can add is the ability to scale the object with both the hands. So when I grab the object with both my hands, when I move my hands away from each other, the object increases in scale, and when I move them closer together, they decrease in scale. So we will just set up this interaction, and for that, on our gun game object, where the XR grab intractable is located, we add a component under that called XR general grab transformer. And this component provides us the settings to manipulate the object with both our hands. And on this component, we will select the allow two-handed scaling to true. And of course, we have a bunch of parameters here which control the minimum scale, the maximum scale, and also how fast it scales up or scales down. And you can play around with these settings to achieve the result that you need. Let's give it a test. So I hope you learned how to set up two-handed intractables with controller hands. In the next video, we are going to be learning how to set up our hand tracking hands that we had set up earlier to interact with objects. The same thing we are doing now with the controllers, we will be doing with the tracked hands. If you found this video to be helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this with a friend if you think it's going to help them out, and I will see you in the next one.